on YouTube, but they've been doing this, so here we go again. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a twister, I was born to walk alone. But I've made up my mind, I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this reading. Or continue. I just started it, but they turned off my sound. So hopefully it's on again. Hopefully. I won't know until I get somebody in here to verify if it is on. You guys can hear me? Can you hear me? Whoever's in the room, can you hear me? Okay. I'll just wait. Hopefully Sarah comes back and wait late. Good, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, so the flow of the universe right now is we took a higher perspective, we took a bird's eye view, and we inspected the situation of what's going on with the world today. Okay, and we rise above it and we take a good look at it. We try not to involve ourselves in it too much because it lowers our vibration. It's insane, and they do it on purpose. They attack you with, oh my gosh, they attack you in so many ways. Let me give you for instance. I have 2 Facebook accounts, Beth Hartwick and Hartwick Art. Both of them I have 5,000 friends on. And I haven't looked at Beth Hartwick in a while, but according to mine, I have like 200 and something followers. According to other people I've talked to, I have more like 20,000 followers. Okay? They basically take off 3 zeros, or no, 2 zeros, right? Yeah. They basically take off 2 zeros, and that's what they say that my followers are. But that's not what I'm hearing from everybody else. So there's one thing. Another thing, they don't allow me any likes or hearts on anything. They get deleted. They get taken off. And I've been told this by people who are like, I like your stuff and I'll see it again and there's no likes on it. I know for a fact I liked it. Like, people will like my stuff multiple times and still it gets deleted. Facebook is part of the agenda, just like YouTube is. And they literally they want me to feel insignificant, unheard, like uncared about. They block me from my close friends and family, so I don't have any access to them. They have no access to me. And yeah. No, I'm not on opiates. Why are you asking me questions? You're a flippin' troll. I haven't been on here in so long, I forget how to block you losers. I don't like questions at all, because here's another thing I've noticed. People who question me are the enemy. Nobody asks me stupid questions that's not the flippin' enemy. And I don't think I look really that chill right now. I don't have any weed, so I'm not stoned. I'm honestly a little bit upset right now, if you want to know the truth. So I really don't even think it's appropriate to ask me if I'm on opiates or am I just really chill, because I'm not fucking chill right now. Let's get that straight. I'm trying to be calm. See, they never stop. Like, they never stop. They never stop. And this is what I deal with all day, every day, trying to spread the word. Didn't I just fucking delete you? Oh my God, help me. Okay, thank you. I just said I don't like questions, and they asked me another question. It's like, that's what the enemy does. They ask stupid questions. stupid flipping questions. And then they want to know if I'm from the Midwest. What business is it of yours where I'm from? I'm here sharing my story. I'm sharing the future of the, trying to, I need to calm down. And I can feel their energy. I feel their energy. And that's the problem. I can feel their energy coming through the screen. And I honestly, I don't even have to be on screen to feel these losers. But I get the attacks when I come on. They don't like me speaking the truth. They don't want me to, and you know, I can tell exactly what their problem is based on the things they say and the things they interrupt that I'm trying to communicate with people. Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. I was performing exorcisms on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that. Maybe I should do one real quick. I'll do an exorcism real quick. In the name of let me remember what it's been so long since I did it. I thought I got everybody. In the name of Sabari, I command you to leave human vessels, all invading species of aliens. I command you to leave human vessels, all invading species of aliens. I command you to leave human vessels now, now, now. In the name of Sambari, leave human vessels. Invading aliens. In the name of Sambari, leave human vessels. Invading aliens. In the name of Sambari, leave human vessels. Invading aliens. In the name of Sambari, leave human vessels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, that was something that my spirit guide Monroe told me about. Not all of the invading aliens are susceptible to that particular exorcism. I know that the Hebrons are. I don't know how, it's been so long since I've been on here with you guys. I don't know how much I've informed you about what's actually going on. There are at least 3, possibly 4 invading alien species races, and they are the Hebrons, the Nephilim, the Andromedan, and the Anunnaki. They are not all negative entities, but Sambari is actually God. God is a woman. I got all the downloads on that. Manaru was Jesus. Manaru is my spirit guide, and Sambari is. I did this really intensive training on basically our ancestry, where we come from. We are also gods, but like, and we kind of already knew this, but I got the rundown all the way from the top. At the top of the chain was Sambari, and honestly it goes further than that, but she's the one that made our universe. She's our universe creator, and the person or the being that she created our universe with, he's not in the picture anymore. So I'm pretty sure he was banished, or he might be one of our main contending enemies right now. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the way our universe is set up, our maker, or the maker of our universe, Sambari, it's always like a male-female component, okay? Like everything down here where people end up same sex, all that stuff, that's all based on the agenda, putting the wrong souls in the wrong bodies, or possibly just trauma from the opposite sex, and people gravitate towards that. But in our family tree, before it comes down into the 3-dimensional, it is man and woman comes together and creates new beings. And yeah, and the man, Sambari's man, is like out of the picture. I don't know. I've seen the family tree, and he's not in it. Now I am under the assumption that Manaru, well, I've been told, I shouldn't say assumption, Manaru and Sambari are an item, okay? Manaru is Jesus. He climbed up the ladder, and he got Sambari to fall in love with him. And now that is, to me, as close as I can come to telling you who the God of gods of our universe are. We've got Sambari, who created it, and then we've got Manaru, who evolved to the point where him and Sambari are now an item. Now, I have been told and shown that I am what they call an ant. And ants are, see, Sambari is a water being, okay? And whoever she created with was like a fire being. And they created different races, one on the side of like fire and one on the side of water. And Jesus in particular is a water ant, okay? He came to earth to save. But the problem with water ants is they are pure unconditional love, and they will lay down their life for another. I was created to break the system, and I was created as an ant, but a hybrid with a fire additive from the other side of the family chain. So basically, I am made of love, unconditional love, but I will not lay down my life for anyone. I know that I am very important here, and my mission is important, and I am not going to sacrifice myself the way Jesus did. I'm not. That's why, and I'm not the only hybrid ant that's been made this way. There's several of us. I don't know how many, but there's more than just me. I know of one other that is just like me, in Europe. It's actually in Europe that I learned about all of these things, because they are not being hidden all this information like the United States of America is. It's common knowledge, which is kind of crazy that it's so easy for the media to separate us from other countries, other parts of the world. It's ant, A-O-N-T, is our species, or my species of my race, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm a hybrid. The Hebrons are on the other side. They show up as those tarantula-looking, huge, like 12-foot tarantulas. Okay, those are the Hebrons. They have turned to be out to be a real menace. And let me tell you, I have found out that they have figured out a way. There are 7 of them sitting in a mothership, probably right above my flippin' house right now, controlling the brains of anybody that has Hebron genetics. And Hebrons really started to affect our genetics back in the World War I with eugenics, and the Nazi regime, that whole thing. And they were trying, and what's so funny is they were trying to create a race of blue-eyed Jews. They made it look like they were just trying to go for, like, the Jews and kill all the Jews and just keep blue-eyed white people or whatever. But that's actually not what they were doing. They had separate concentration camps for the blue-eyed Jews, and they were making beings with them. I'm pretty sure that they saw me or somebody in the future that was possibly has Jewish ancestry and blue eyes. And so they wanted to make sure that they would be able to control my brain, which they really have a lot of control. They could wipe my memory at any time, and they do regularly. But the thing about me being a hybrid ant is I'm not corruptible. You can't corrupt me. No matter what is done to me, I'm still going to fight to the death if I must for the right of unconditional love to exist here in our universe. This is a long story. I forgot I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. So that's the Hebrons. They can control people with that ancestry that they infiltrated back in the concentration camps with the blue-eyed Jews. The blue-eyed Jews, as you might know if you look back, they survived, okay? Most of them survived. It was the brown-eyed Jews that were killed. So they wanted to make a race of people, blue-eyed Jews, that they could control their mind. And some of them are literally being controlled with remote controls. And all the Hebrons are gay. They're all men. They're all gay. I don't even know what their issue is. They're like weird, twisted, distant cousins of ours, okay? But they have that going for them. It's a program that they can control. It's like I liken it to like reading a script. You can tell when you're talking to certain people. They're just reading a script to inject doom and gloom into your story. It's just so obvious. They're reading from a script. They have no control over themselves or their words. They also have joysticks where they can literally control their whole body if need be. Now, that doesn't really work on me. They're able to erase my memory. They're able to get me to think very negative thoughts. Like, you know, the whole devil on your shoulder thing? I've got that. But I don't follow through with things like that because I know it's wrong. But they definitely have that in my brain. Now, what I found is the Hebrons were responsible for creating the reptilian race. To help them, what it comes down to is they're jealous. They're just jealous weirdos. And they didn't like that, I don't know. I don't even want to suggest that I know why they would do such the evil atrocities that they've done. But basically, they made the reptilian race to help them. And they are... You're probably an Ant. White light, you're either an Ant, a Lyran, a Pleiadian. The Ants, look at it this way. The Ants are gods that made Pleiadians, Lyran, and, what was the other one? Arcturians, okay? And then the Pleiadian, Lyran, and Arcturians, and actually Hebrons too, are makers of human beings. And so basically you're either the makers of the Ants are like the next generation up. Jesus is an Ant, and then it goes up from there. I don't know all the names. I haven't memorized them all. I just knew I was an Ant, and that was easy for me to remember. But it goes up all the way up to Sambari. And Jesus is about in the middle of that, and I came after Jesus. I'm a descendant of Jesus. And then those people in that area, they're the ones that made the Pleiadians, the Lyrans, and the Arcturians. And the Pleiadians, the Lyrans, and the Arcturians, they made human beings. Okay, and the Hebrons made human beings. Human beings, okay, ants have a lifespan of, they are immortal, okay? We are ants in, or I shouldn't say we, but honestly, it's easiest to figure out who you are by what you relate to. Gosh, I want to give you the website I found where all this information's on. I don't even think I'm supposed to, though, and I probably shouldn't. You're just going to... I'm going to tell you real quick. You're going to have to pay close attention. Novija Gana Zapata. Look it up. Novija Ganasepata, and go under the Rody, Rody. At the top, it'll say a few different things. Go under Rody. That is our universe. And it'll show you the different beings. It'll show you the family tree. You can look at pictures, and it'll even show you there's a picture of me exactly on there. Okay, so if you look through it, you might find your picture, and then you really know, because our souls affect how we look, not just our genetics. It's our souls too. It goes together. And right now we are in human bodies, but we are about to transform into our actual God form. And we're like 9 feet tall, and like Lyrans are cat people, and Pleiadians are, it's just, you just have to look into it. You're going to be able to figure out who you are better than I would be able to. It's whatever you relate to. I mean, if you're a being of love, but you have a side of you that would kill somebody that came against somebody you love, you're probably a hybrid ant like me. I'm not messing around. Whereas if you are a water ant, yeah, you're gonna turn the other cheek and turn the other cheek and turn the other cheek. That's not what beings like me do. That's why we were made to come here to help save the world. Okay, and that's why Jesus hasn't incarnated, and I don't believe he's planning on it. I've been told there's no plans of Jesus reincarnating here because he failed when he came here before. He's too much love. I mean, it's not that we want the unconditional love, but there has to be a flip of the coin where if you're attacking unconditional love, you get the hand, and that's what the hybrids are about. So yeah, humans have a lifespan of 25,000 years, or they're supposed to, okay? And when we transform into the new world, the new earth, they will get their 25,000 year lifespan. And basically, I don't even think that that's how long that they live, but that's how long of a lifespan they're given because they're expected to ascend into their God form before 25,000 years. So here on Earth, either you're human or you are Lyran, Pleiadian, Arcturian, or you're ant, or like my husband, I can't even remember what he is. It's so sad. But he's like second generation underneath Samvari. Like they're more the creators of worlds. And then, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so you're one of those. And then there's also the Nephilim who have been shown to be O negative. And then there is the Andromedon who've been shown to be, I don't know, something else negative, I forget. But it was also negative RH factor. Now, what this means is they are more easily tainted. They're more programmable. Now, I believe that pretty much all of us at this point, they've been working on getting the genetics into all of us for a long time, mixing it all up so we could all be controlled. And I know for a fact that I have Nephilim in me and Hebron. I probably have Andromedon too. And Anunnaki, I'm not sure where they fit into the story. I haven't really gotten a direct download on that yet. But I have heard that there might be some of them involved in this too. But basically, yeah, they take our genetics and they use that to be able to run this program on us where they can implant thoughts, they can wipe thoughts out, they can implant emotions, they can change, they can do all these things. And so this is part of why it's so important to know yourself and not be corruptible by your own mind. You have to be in control of your own mind. And the fact remains the same that there are so many people in the world that are just not in control of themselves. They are being controlled by the Hebrons, the Nephilim, and the Andromedon. That's why we look at people like who are you? Like, where do you come from? The hospitals, you know, it's crazy. The hospitals have been trying to kill me. Like, I'm never going to a hospital again. Now that I've realized what's going on, I'm pretty sure they stole my heart when they did unnecessary open heart surgery. You know, especially now that I'm hearing about all of these thefts of people's organs. But here's another thing too, is it's like, I also found out that they're making human beings at Dow Chemical in, and this is psychic input, okay? Take it for what you want. But I have been researching a lot on this, and DuPont is a biological company, okay? Lockheed Martin is a nuclear weapons company, and Dow is a chemical company. Well, now all three are joined together. Okay? And I know for a fact that there are live voodoo dolls of me out there. I can feel it. I know what's going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did take my heart for one of those voodoo dolls. And that's part of the thing that they're stealing all these organs for. And they're stealing them off of prisoners in prison. And the reason, in my opinion, that most of those prisoners are being locked up is because they are gods and they want to control them. They're afraid of them. They want to kill them, enslave them, steal their organs to make these weird beings. They're making human beings in Midland, Michigan. And they're using real humans' organs to do it. I'm sure some of it's mechanical and they put it all together, but this stuff is weird. I don't know exactly. I'm just getting psychic inputs on a lot of it. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, they are controlling people's minds, and that's what's going on right now. That is exactly what's going on right now. We have to, thank you. We have to wake everybody up so that they are not being controlled by the negative alien agenda. The stuff they're doing is sick. And they have to wake up to it, or they're going to pay the consequences for their own actions. And it's really sad. It's really sad what's about to happen to a lot of people that refuse to open their eyes to what they've been doing inadvertently, and really just begging the universe for forgiveness, taking accountability for their actions, and turning a new leaf. That has been what my whole mission has been on Facebook the past 3 months, and is why I'm running for president of the United States, because there is no president running that that is not being controlled by the negative reptilian or alien forces. The reptilians, let's get into that. They are basically immortal. There's ways you can kill them. They can be killed through a gunshot to their third eye, or being burned alive, or whatever, you know. But other than that, they're basically immortal. They're shapeshifters. They can take on the form of anything that they want to. And they're part of the problem that has been making it so difficult to win this war, this spiritual battle, because they are able to shapeshift. They're able to live for thousands of years and have the same agenda the whole time, and hide underground when they feel threatened. But they were asked to leave, okay? They were asked to leave the planet, and some of them did. They were not, supposed to be here. The Hebrons did not have permission to make these beings. They did it on their own accord, and but they were allowed to remain in existence as long as they followed universal law, and they left because they were causing so much trouble here on Earth. But some of them didn't leave, and those are the ones that were the like main contenders we're dealing with right now. And I can, you can tell a reptile by their lack of empathy. They really don't have past, I think, the first three chakras. They don't have a heart chakra. They don't have a throat chakra. They don't have third eye chakra. They don't have all this stuff like that humans have. So that it makes them really kind of easy to spot. They also anger easily. They're very gluttonous. They like to drink a lot. They like to smoke a lot. They like to eat a lot. They like sex a lot. And they tend to be gay. I don't know why. I feel like they're all males, though. All of the reptiles are males. And they were literally created to be gay, so that they would, because basically, according to Sambari, it is against natural law, okay? And so they wanted to confuse humans as much as possible. And part of that was interfering in the reincarnation loop and mixing up souls, putting female souls in male bodies and male souls in female bodies. And I believe this is why we have such an issue with people not wanting to be the sex that they are and going through the extremes of having these sex change surgeries. So yeah, that's one thing I really suggest to anybody that is considering a sex change surgery, is to not do it, because it is definitely not going to be what you wanted. It's still not going to be the body that you wanted. It's going to be highly traumatic for you. And everything's about to change. And I've been promised by Manu and Sambari that everyone is going to get their proper bodies. As a matter of fact, we're all going to have new bodies. So everything's going to be made right. And the last thing that they want for you right now is to do serious damage to your natural body. Even though you don't feel comfortable in it now, now is not the time to change that, because it's going to be fixed. It's literally a sick joke of the agenda. Yeah. I think that kind of covers it. I don't know. Like, I've been uncovering this stuff like layer by layer. So it might sound kind of wacky coming from me, like just straight out like that. Like, but this is some research I've been working on for 3 months. And it was really nice getting to that one website and really seeing this like straight up. I'm going to have to look at it again, because I haven't looked at it in a while. But it's a straight up family tree of our origins before we got shoved into this 3D. Well, we volunteered. So what happened is, back in World War I, Hitler detonated a neutron bomb. Now it tore a hole in the electromagnetic skin that goes around Earth, okay, around our matrix, which before World War I was not bad. Like, everything was fine, I guess. But when they let that bomb off, it tore a hole in the screen that keeps souls from bouncing out or bouncing in. It kept us protected from invaders. And it was like a little nursery, It was for souls to develop into their warrior, for humans to develop into their God self. But you have to go through a lot of spiritual lessons to get there. They're not going to just give you a God body if you don't have morals and ethics. It really all boils down to the morals and ethics of people. And so, anyway, so this hole got torn in. When the hole got torn in our electromagnetic skin, invading enemies got in. And that's when we came in too. And this was, back at the time of that bomb, they came in, we came in after them, okay? And since then, I believe that hole has been patched. I think it's patched now. From my understanding, it's been fixed. So what we're doing here now, we incarnated the 144,000, okay? I still don't know if it's just 144,000. I'm starting to think it really is, because as time goes on, not that many people are showing up and showing me that they are like us, that they're one of us. So I'm thinking it might actually only be 144,000, but I know as far as like aeons go, and I know what Pleiadians came down here and learned, like we're all here to help the humans that we created, that we made. They're like our children, basically. And so we came in to deal with it. And when we came in, we incarnated, we basically spread 6,000 years in the past and then 6,000 years in the future. And we incarnate in different forms, 144,000 different incarnations. We each command from our oversoul. And that's how you have past life memories. Actually, everything's happening at the same time. So it's actually not as long of a period as it seems, because everything is happening at the same time. But as you know, time is an illusion. So anyways, we are incarnated. Our oversoul is controlling, 144,000 different bodies at a time. A lot of those incarnations, I believe, have already merged with who we are now. And this is where you come up with all your past lives. Like, I learned I was Isis. I learned I was Joan of Arc. There's others. I don't even want to go through it all, because it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. But Viking, I have a lot of Viking, Cherokee warrior, Indian woman. These are incarnations that I have touched down on, and I've so resonated with them and felt their thoughts, basically, that I decided to look them up. And when I looked them up, lo and behold, they look just like me. Okay? Well, not Isis, but Joan of Arc looks just like me. And obviously there's no pictures of Isis, but it doesn't matter, because your soul and your biology are combined. Long story short, how you figure out who you were in past lives, or who your oversoul is concurrently running, is by what do you resonate with. Then you look up information, and then you'll see things like, they'll say things that you're like, I've said that my whole life. It's just weird coincidences like that. It's not easy for me to figure out who you were in past lives. It's going to be easiest for you to figure out what you resonate with. I've had people ask me. That's why I'm really going over how I figured it out myself, because I feel like you all can figure it out yourselves easier than I could, besides just telling you how it's done. So at this time, basically all of our bodies that were running concurrently are basically all dying except for us. And they're coming into one with us. This is why we're getting new gifts, new insights, new, just better intuition, better awareness, more, like for me it's like fighting styles, self-defense styles. Like I'm getting into all that stuff now. war tactics, you know, of the Vikings, stuff like that is just really coming through to me now. So I know that those lives must have already passed away and reconglomerated with my soul now. That was, I feel like, is part of our ascension, is just being at this point where we're all coming together into one body. And it's easiest to figure out famous people that you are, obviously, because you can find stuff on them. So you're not going to be able to, like, I can't find which Viking warrior I was. I just know I was a Viking warrior. I think typically you are born in, you know, your soul is one sex, okay? So you're going to typically be born into that same sex every time. But if you are born into the opposite sex, which is what the agenda has been trying to do to us and has been doing to us, mixing up our souls with the wrong bodies, then you end up being gay. You end up being attracted to the other sex, at least. Maybe not out of the closet, but that's just your feelings. You feel not like you're not in the right body. Yeah. Let me see what you're saying. They're wiping my mind right now. Yeah, you can smell them. They smell like death. Okay, I pray for you, White Light. I hope you're okay. Oh my gosh, they took conservatorship of you. Oh my gosh, I've been dealing with this too. My friend has that going on right now. This is going to be... Okay, when it comes to conservatorship, White Light, you deserve a jury trial. Probate court you need to demand that your case be seen out of probate court. I forget what it's called. Are you on Facebook? My friend Dave Thompson, he is under conservatorship and he's fighting this right now and he knows all of those laws. And basically you have to demand a trial. They have to give you one. But they are working around the laws right now and Dave is still fighting to get out of a flippin' nursing home, basically. They took all of his money. But it's illegal what they're doing. They are taking conservatorship over people in probate court, and it's actually not their jurisdiction. You have the right to a jury trial, I think. Something like that. But seriously, go on Facebook, look up, I don't know if you found me on Facebook yet, but please do, because I can connect you with the information that you need better there. I don't have it necessarily all memorized. I need to go over this conservatorship stuff more because I need to spread awareness about it more. But a lot of people have been fighting this White Light and winning. They're taking it to court and they're saying that it's basically unconstitutional what happened. You can't... They're doing crazy things. They're like taking over conservatorship of people who are in families who are taking care of these people. They're putting them in homes and then they're separating them from their families, like, completely. And people are suing and people are taking it to court and they're starting to win. I'm seeing things on YouTube where people are winning these cases and getting their loved ones back. Yeah. So look me up on Facebook, Beth Hartwick and Hartwick Art. And then one of my friends, he has a couple of accounts. David Thompson was his original one. I think they either deleted that or they're really messing with our accounts on Facebook. They either deleted it or it's on block right now. So he's using Dave Thompson. But if you go to either Beth Hartwick, I'm friends with him on both Beth Hartwick and Hartwick Art, and you look, oh shoot, I have my friends list blocked now because I was getting messed with so bad. But yeah, look up Dave Thompson, and he doesn't have a picture on there, but you will see when you look at his page, he has all kinds of stuff about conservatorship. So you'll know the page when you see it. He's constantly calling these people out on the World Trade Center bombing, the executive orders that Gretchen Whitmer made to stick ethylene oxide up people's noses on Q-tips, scrape their brains with it. It was actually poison that was it killed people. It was killing people. It was a poison, and if they wanted to actually check for a viral count from your nose, then all they needed was saline solution. So why was there first of all, Gretchen Whitmer did not have the authority to call an executive order. She even said that on the news. Now that I think back on it, she's like, they're saying I can't do this, but I'm saying I can. And no, you can't. And the thing that she did was she what else? She mandated the vaccines, which were poison. She mandated like stay wearing masks, which is illegal. You can't mandate that either. Stuff like that. She did executive orders on, and it was illegal. It was totally illegal, and people died because of it. And why she was sticking poison up everybody's nose makes me think that she's definitely part of the agenda. She's trying to kill people just like the rest of them are. Like Gates has a food company called Appeal that has straight known poisons in it. They are listed on their label. So Bill Gates is a huge factor in this. I've uncovered that the gray pope, I don't know if you knew this, but there's a white pope, a black pope, and a gray pope. They are all highly corrupted. But the gray pope is actually considered the head of the Illuminati. And he is, from what I can see, controlled by the Hebrons. And he's blocking me. He's been stalking me my whole life. This guy. It's crazy. And now oh my gosh. He's attacking me right now. He does not like me talking about him. His name is Little PP Orsini, okay? And they call him in the Vatican, he's known as the glory hole. He's one of the, he's one, and this is all stuff I've seen psychically, not the head of the Illuminati. I saw that on YouTube. But do your own research, because they are blocking my feeds. So I just keep telling everybody, this is what I've uncovered psychically. This is what I've uncovered on YouTube. Do your own research, because I can't find anything on them anymore. They've blocked it all. And he has blocked me from my friends and family on YouTube. They have this crazy, crazy technology that we don't know about. Like, the AI is so far much further advanced than we even know. They have clones made and running around. They have live voodoo dolls of us that they make right in Midland, Michigan. They have okay, here's another thing. The United States, which the leaders of the United States, I believe, are directly controlled by the Grey Pope, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. They answer to the Grey Pope, according to my resources on YouTube. He's the head of the Illuminati, and he's basically in control of everything. And the main thing is the United States and the New World Government. Okay, let me be careful about when I'm calling them the government. My friend pointed this out to me. It's the New World Order government that I'm talking about. They aren't necessarily all involved. But there's a good portion that are being controlled by Little PP Orsini. as I like to call him, Pepe. So this guy is Hebron. He is a part of the torture and abduction and all that stuff. The sex trade with children. They're all in underground complexes, okay? And I've seen them under the St. Paul's Basilica in the Vatican. I've seen under there. I've seen them run down the stairs. I've seen the curtains. I've seen the kids. All of it, okay? And they wear these weird, they're white hats. They're like this, and then they have like a little bell on the top, and then they come down like a sheet comes down around them. I don't know. I've never seen hats like that before until I got shown where they are running into the tunnels and stuff like that, because they do watch my lives, and they see when they see when that, oh gosh, look what they're doing to me. They see when I uncover their BS, and I can see where they go to hide. Okay, so anyways, they are planning. Here's another thing I found. Lockheed Martin, who's now part of the Dow Chemical DuPont conglomerate, we got our hands on some their flight paths. And they have made 4 trips to Mars. It's you can get this information online. I don't know exactly how. Somebody got it for me. Somebody that was in the Air Force that knew how to check flight paths and stuff. But anyways, they checked their flight paths. They went to Mars 4 times. 2 times they dropped off stuff. We don't know what. They also sent a satellite up into space that is weaponized, okay? It's weaponized. I don't know exactly what weapons, but we have a satellite that our wonderful United States has set up that's in space right above the United States with the capability, with laser capabilities to start fires. And I don't know what other capabilities, okay? Because I was assuming since they destroyed Michigan with nuclear waste, and they're making all these nuclear weapons. Yeah, I found out that Michigan is radioactive. It's practically glowing green. Along Lake Erie, it's highly dangerous levels. It's not even safe to live along Lake Erie. And this is also on the internet, public knowledge. This is weird because it's stuff that I came up with intuitively, and then lo and behold, there it was. Proof of the pudding. But like I said, you got to do the research if you don't believe me. So obviously there's some nefarious plans there. Yeah, it's how my dad got killed, by the way, because he did, the summer before he was murdered, we went on around to all the Great Lakes, and he took water samples. He was checking for pollution. And then he was murdered when he found all the uranium in the Great Lakes. Especially bad in Lake Erie, where all of these UFO sightings have been found. And what I found intuitively about these UFO sightings is they actually have pods underwater where I'm not sure what they're doing under there yet. I don't know. I'll have to look into that further. I honestly, it got really depressing after a while, investigating all this stuff psychically and putting myself in all these positions. And not only that, but they're constantly attacking me for it, because they erase my memory. So everything, pretty much, it seems like everything I'm able to speak on comes from my intuition, because they erase my memory from my physical brain, and it just wiped, and then I'm like, what? And then I have to like filter it back in from source again. I've been doing this my whole life, and it's probably why I'm so intuitive, because I've been forced to be, because my brain doesn't work. They stop me from thinking. They stop me from remembering. They wipe stuff out of my memory. They've been doing this since I was a kid. Anything that they don't want me to, like things that my mom would do. I would know it was absolutely unacceptable, but the next day I couldn't remember for the life of me what was done. And I'm remembering that stuff more now. As my intuition builds, I'm starting to remember stuff that was purposely wiped out of my memory. Like my mom telling me that it was my fault that my dad committed suicide. That wasn't okay. And literally it got wiped out of my memory. I just knew she was not okay. That's all I knew the next day. I was like 7. Anyways, this is what I've been dealing with my whole life, and having somebody right there, obviously, that was involved and could wipe my memory. But not forever, because my intuition brings it back. So I was able to remember that I was there when the cops came and told my mom that they had killed my dad and the job was done. That I always remembered, but it just never came up as a valid point. It's just hard to explain, but that's what they do. They mess with my mind. So it's taken me this long to work through it all and come out with some kind of succinct thought. It's crazy. I sound like a crazy person most of the time because they keep messing with my brain. And yeah. They have to be stopped. They have to be stopped. They're planning World War III. Oh yeah. We are supplying all the weapons of the whole world, okay? And we're controlling the media so that Ukraine media doesn't touch Russian media. Israeli media doesn't touch Palestinian media. American media doesn't touch any of them. And although we do filter in there, but they do try to keep it separate. Because now I have friends from Japan, I have friends from Israel, I have friends on Facebook. I have friends from China, I have friends from Sri Lanka, I have friends from Philippines, from South Africa, from all over Africa, from all over Europe. So obviously some of it's getting through. But the main thing that they do is try to keep the media separate, and then they tell the same thing to both sides, like Ukraine, Russia is gonna attack you, and then they'll tell Russia, Ukraine's gonna attack you, you gotta do this. So they get them fighting each other based on lies. Same with Israel and Palestine. And they are responsible for all the terror throughout the world. The United States is run by Pepe Orsini. Okay, he's the head of it all. You got to follow the money trail. The Orsini family has trillions of dollars. They own banks. All that stuff. Okay, insurance companies, stuff like that. They own a lot. They're pretty much the top of the food chain, and they've been around since Jesus Christ, and I do believe we're responsible for his murder. And which is why Manaru, my spirit guide, who was once Jesus, basically has told me that Pepe Orsini is his arch nemesis. He has actually told him off via me channeling him. One time that I can recall. But yeah, he's like Darth Vader is actually what it came up as. Like I was like, well, who's Darth Vader? Who's Darth Vader? Because this all relates to Star Wars, and it just came up as Pepe Orsini. That's Darth Vader, and I was like, oh my gosh, one of the popes is Darth Vader, and from the sounds of it is like a close relation to Jesus. Monroe is actually his name. So yeah, he's got all the money. He's got like trillions of dollars himself, and then he's got Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, like this, and there's more. Okay, there's all, like, pretty much all of the rich people. Those are just the two that I can reference from another reference. But I believe that it's all of the super rich families that are contributing to this mess of terror. And they are encouraging terror across the whole world to enforce this doom and gloom agenda. And, yeah, obviously they love the terror of it all, and they're also, holding hostages in these instances. Like the UN in Israel, for instance, has 100 hostages right now, and they're using drones to take out ships because of it. They're literally. It's such a BS game. It's so bad. It's so bad. But part of what I'm trying to do is just raise the awareness that everybody has towards these atrocities that are being committed against the human race. And wake people up to what they're doing, because a lot of people are being controlled by this invading alien agenda. And it's not that they are one of them, it's they have, like, I liken it to like having a chip in their brain. Like there's a malfunction. And I know what it is because I have it too, but I'm not corruptible. I just won't change. I'm stubborn. I don't care what they say. I'm still about love and light. But not all people are like that, obviously. But I honestly, like, we're already gods too. The 144, the people that are part of the 144 were already gods, so that makes it harder to corrupt us. Especially the hybrid aeons who have that fire aspect added to defend unconditional love at all costs. So the main thing is to get these people to realize, and they're all human beings, because us gods, we already know what we're here for. The 144, we already know. And we're all pretty much on task at this point. Even if it's just to raise our own vibration, not to hurt anybody. I mean, that's on task, okay? And the humans are a little bit of a problem. They're being controlled, and I don't know. I've just been trying to wake them up, wake up. Because they need to stop letting the negative the negative alien agenda from controlling them. And basically leading their soul to hell. They won't be exempt if they can't get out of it. You know what? Our hearts are being weighed. I'm seeing it more like a scanner. Like it's just gonna be so simple. It's like they're gonna scan your body and they're gonna be like, nope. It'll be just like what is it? Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, the bad egg. They're like, nope, bad egg out. Like that's what it's gonna be like. There's gonna be a scanner, and if you're not if you haven't taken accountability for the things that you've done wrong in your life, and you haven't managed to turn your life to living it morally and ethically, you're just going to go to hell. And part of that is, I told you, the electromagnetic skin around the 3D matrix had a hole in it, but it's been repaired since then, since we got in here. So now what we're, as the 144 and human beings that are coming with us, are doing is we are vibrating out of here, ascending out of here, and then we're going to leave everybody else that can't be moral or ethical, is basically going to be scanned out of that that group that's leaving to go to the new world, and our new world, not the agenda's new world, our new world, based a society based on unconditional love and not fear. Those who insist on following the fear agenda will be trapped. And that's kind of what our plan was, because we've been having problems with them up in the ethers, like up in space too. This is not just, this is, as you know, as in heaven, so as above, so below. Okay, that's what's going on. Is it's like up in the in space. This is a problem. We're stopping that by oh gosh, yeah, by trapping them here. They won't be able to get through the electromagnetic shield that we are going to be going through. I don't know exactly how this is going, but this is the gist of it, you know. You know how psychic impressions are. They come slowly, but I'm trying to give you what I've got so far. So yeah, our whole plan was to basically trap them here so they can't mess with us. They came in here and we're like, cool, we're going to go in and we're going to flip and trap them there, keep them there so that we're blocking them from... Okay, I gotta go. Somebody needs to talk to me about my daughter. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later.